Frosty Dungeons Game 4, Episode 3. Everyone has a long rest. Aeryn wakes up from their long nap, and chooses to be a girl, because Aeryn is an elf with the blessing of Forlorn. Vanessa is sleeping. Crib is sleeping. Since Winter got an early resting period, he had been sleeping a lot. Winter is now awake. With the long rest, Winter has taken care of one level of exhaustion. Aeryn and Winter talk because they're the ones awake. The whole party is allowed to attune to their new cool items. Winter has the pair of beads. Crib has the staff of striking. Finesse has the Leviathan axe. A lot of the Pengu Kengu are dancing during the long rest. Looks at the Pengu and says, "What are they doing? Who are they?" Winter says, "Okay, first of all, how are you doing?" And Aeryn assures Winter that Aeryn is doing okay. Aeryn states that she does not know what happened. Winter informs Aeryn that they are now in the southern ice caves. Winter explains that the Pengu are a tribe that Winter has traded with, and they're very kind, very peaceful. Winter would say that the Pengu Kengu have kept them safe from the white dragon that's also in the cave. Finesse found. Finesse is basically snoring and passed out from the encounter. And hearing the snoring, Winter says, "He's alright, I'll check on him later." Aeryn would agree that Finesse sounds like he's sleeping pretty hard. And Winter would say, on the bright side, the person he's laying next to is actually the person we've come to get, his mother, Eileen Silvertongue. Mission accomplished, Winter says. Aeryn would confirm that's the captain of the guard of Purdy's Rest, Finesse's mother. Winter's not eager to leave because, mostly of not knowing the whereabouts of the white dragon. Did the storm calm down any? No. And Aeryn would confirm that's probably safer to stay inside because of the storm. Winter starts making mental preparations to heal both Finesse and his mother. Winter is not looking forward to bringing out anyone into the storm, much less an injured woman, mother. Winter states that the storm is going to make it very difficult to get back to town safely. They determine that they've been in the caves about half a day. Winter says, "Frankly, I did a lot of carrying on my back yesterday." He more or less collapsed after they were to safety. Aeryn says, "Thank you for that, because that could not have been easy, especially with the weather." Aeryn asks about Best Boy, and Best Boy was there about the time until the dragon showed up. And apparently Winter sounds like Sean Connery. They both hope that Best Boy come back. They comment that Best Boy and Kriv get along very well. Winter comments that Kriv could use a good friend like that. Aeryn comments that Kriv is pretty wary of the party still. Winter comments that Best Boy is very food motivated. Amusingly enough, Kriv's player, Jonah, commented that this sounded a lot like his dating life. Winter comments on how hospitable the Pengu Kengu are. Winter and Aeryn are going to chill by the fire until everybody wakes up from their long rest. Winter shows off his new pair of beads to Aeryn, the beads which he carried in his mouth as a horse, and they are rainbow colored. Finesse is sleeping, and one of the Pengu Kengu try to pickpocket him. However, he succeeds on his perception test, even though it is a disadvantage, and he's sleeping because the Pengu Kengu just rolled so low. Finesse takes out his blade, and he puts it to the Pengu Kengu's hand and threatens to cut it off. Finesse stares at the Pengu, shakes his head no, and the Pengu just starts leaving. Winter comments, well, there's one of the Pengu saying, proving I'm a liar, because he'd been singing their praises not too long before. The Pengu disappears into the little watering hole that they have there, and Finesse sticks his head into the water to look for the Pengu. And the pool of water that the Kengu have is just a small opening to a huge underwater area, lake, or very open water space. And Finesse comes out of the water and goes to sit near the fire to help that dry off. And as Finesse comes up, the water instant freezes on his face, but that gets taken care of easily. There's the other Pengu Kengu that are dancing, and they're just three dancing, having a good old time. So after the event with the ice, Aeryn would say, "Good morning, and how are you?" Winter comments that Finesse had a very cool dip, completely unamused. And Finesse says, "Oh yes, it's a great way to start the morning." Aeryn asks if Finesse slept okay, and Finesse would say, "Yes, much better now that he has found his mother." And Winter is reminded about possibly healing her if she needs it, in which Finesse replies that, "Yes, that'd be fantastic, I want to help in any way I can." And Winter says, "It's fine, go rest up, I was trained to be a medicine man in his tribe." And Aeryn enjoys that nice warm fire. Winter does a medicine check and finds out that Finesse's mother looks like she's just been through a lot the last few days. She's been wounded, she's been exhausted, and Finesse, being the worried son he is, starts tapping Winter, asking, "Okay, what's wrong? Is she okay?" Winter warns, "If you keep tapping me, I'm gonna make you back up. Give the men some space to work." Finesse slowly backs up, not poking, and Winter, being a tabaxi, makes that little noise in the back of his throat, the rumble of warning. After Winter checks Finesse's mom, he would use the pair of beads he got and expend a favor, which is a greater restoration on her to help her condition. And this heals her more efficiently than she had been. It gives her body the boost that it needed. And Eileen would feel the warmth of healing magic and open her eyes, coming back to a more healthy state, a more aware state. And Winter's just saying the softest prayer in the gruffest tabaxi voice, because he is a big snow leopard boy man. He has survived many winters. Her eyes would open, and her eyes would fall upon that blue tiefling. And she would say, "Finesse." And Finesse would say, "Yes, mother." She would say, "It's good that you got your ass back in the house." Jonah was incredibly sad that Kriv was asleep for this moment. But Finesse is a good son. He's going to get in the pelts behind his mom and start braiding her hair. That's so sweet. Yes, mother, I know. And Winter gets up and allows mother and son to have their bonding moment. And Eileen would say, "I just wrestled with the dragon, and I lost. It was not fun." "Young white dragon?" "Yes, that's the one. I saw that white dragon earlier. I did some damage to it." And she would say, "In some hazy moment, I was not ready to die yet." And Finesse would say, "Well, I'm glad you chose to live." And she would say, "I am too." And she says, well, I'm still here because I prayed to the goddess Aguta. As did I, Mother, as did I. I am now her warlock. Oh! And Winter's player is slapping the table and going, oh shit! Basically means that she sold her soul to live, trading her soul for a patron, for power, and, well, living. Eileen and Finesse are tieflings, and therefore this really isn't uncommon in their culture, being part fiend. And Finesse would ask, how was I supposed to know that? And Eileen would say, well, I'm telling you now, because now fact. And Finesse would say, well, I appreciate you telling me now, but it would have been nice to know that our family is involved in a lot of warlock patron trades. Darling, we're tieflings, part of the heritage, and it's up to a Silvertongue to decide whether they share if they are a warlock or not. I'm telling you because I just woke up from a very long sleep, and you are my family. And I appreciate that, Mother. And he would lean down and place a kiss upon her head. And right now, I'm in an extreme amount of pain. Like I haven't walked in days' pain. Would you like to dig it up? Oh no, I'm very comfortable right here. I have a potion if you think it'll help. Oh no, I'm just waking up. I don't want a potion right now. I would like some alcohol if you have it. I believe I can find some of that in my pack. A reminder from the druid that they have good berries still. Finesse has a flask of 6 shots full of upper malt top shelf whiskey. Because they be nobles, and they don't settle for cheap shit. And Eileen thoroughly enjoys that flask. Because after you get hit by a dragon, you want to drink. And a clarification that everyone is sitting on very nice animal pelts. An announcement, Criv is finally ready to wake up. He opens his eyes and grumbles and slouches up. So now he's sitting up with the bling, grumbly and grouchy. And Winter would say, ah, good to see you're awake again. And Finesse would say, good morning, sleeping beauty. You so grumpy, blanket scruncher? Are you cold? Grumpy, grumbling noises? I think we should give him a minute. Finesse walks over to Criv and pats his head and says, okay, buddy, you can have 5 more minutes. He's such a grumbly girl. So Criv is a grumbly dragonborn in the morning. Winter makes some tea from his herbalism kit for Criv. Chime is bundled up in the pelts and furs. Bundigong has volunteered to take care of all of the fires, because he likes to stay warm. Happiest half work. He's actually humming, and that is what the Pengu are dancing to. Winter makes Criv a very nice cup of tea, and Criv does, through his grumbliness, thank Winter afterwards. Winter also makes Chime a cup of tea too, and she gratefully accepts it because it's nice and warm in her hands. Eileen is enjoying the whiskey that her son gave her. Eileen mentions that this is high quality stuff that she loves, and Finesse says, I know because I stole it from your office. Because she's partly tired, she's not yet of the energy to hit him for stealing her whiskey, but know that it's coming in a very unexpected time. The long rest starts to come to an end. The party has fish to eat, they have fire to cook it over, and just outside the choke point of the cave is Best Boy, and that is what truly wakes up Criv. Best Boy is just laying on the floor of the cave, his face on the floor, looking in the choke point, because he's too big log-sized tail wagging. Criv is so excited to see Best Boy that he sits on Best Boy's muzzle past his nose. And Finesse goes to scratch Best Boy on the head and neck and stuff. Best Boy's long-sized tail is just wagging. He's so happy. He's a happy guy. He's a happy guy. Everybody just starts feeding Best Boy. Like, this is a very well-fed winter wolf. Bunny buns. And Best Boy just becomes this maw that opens and consumes food and then chews it, just like giving a dog a treat. Eventually, Finesse goes over to Aeryn in the little Pengu cave. Goes up to her and whispers, do you want to fight a dragon? Fuck no, I'm not that crazy. And Winter just kind of pops in and goes, no, you're not crazy, you are Aeryn. And it is agreed that Winter is the party dad, because he makes the dad jokes. Aeryn to Winter says, you're the only one dumb enough to go do this for fun. And Finesse says, I want new armor. Aeryn questions Finesse if the risk is worth his life. And Finesse says, hey Ma, do you want to go fight a dragon? And Eileen says, honey, if you want to go fight a dragon, go fight a dragon. She's going to drink the rest of her flask of whiskey. In the comfort of all the animal pelts. If any more of the dragon conversation comes up, she drinks more from the flask of whiskey. Okay, Ma, see you in a bit. Okay, have fun. She just basically got brought back to life, guys. She's just in that zone. Finesse spends time convincing the party to go fight this dragon. Meta time. Meg's internet died, and she let everybody know that her internet died for a sex. The best of typos. The most high-quality typo. When your internet dies, it should always die for a sex. It's okay. Take time with your sex. Enjoy it. As Jonah casually eats a banana, the Pengu Kenku donate about 20 fish to feed to Best Boy. And that is between Finesse and Criv. They each get 10. Finesse is riding Best Nose like a seesaw, because every time Best Boy's mouth opens for a fish, Finesse is on his muzzle, getting lifted up as well. Meta. Meg coming back from her sex of no internet. Jonah eating another banana, while commenting that it was a quickie, not very good. Meg and her partner was not very into it. Just something to get through. Okay, so here's the deal. Finesse is a new bard. He's drumming on the ice with his swords. Criv is breakdancing / bouncing up and down on Best Boy's muzzle as Best Boy gets fed food. Shenanigans. Finesse now has to convince the party to go fight a dragon. Like the glittering coins that were on the path. Kriv references Best Boy as his dog, and Finesse comes up and corrects him and says, our dog. The dog. Finesse's argument to Kriv is that Kriv is starting to start a business and what he could probably use as capital. Everyone keeps talking about Aeryn like she's trashed with alcohol and that she can't hear them. But the cavern echoes. She can hear them very clearly. And she's not trashed, it's only a little flask. But also being trashed, being ambushed by the white dragon. And that's the Kriv's point that he's trying to make. He doesn't want to get trashed by a white dragon. Second argument that Finesse makes is that killing the dragon would get him dragon armor from dragon skin. Best Boy would overhear that Finesse wants to kill the dragon. And Best Boy would say, I want to kill the dragon. Kriv points out that Best Boy ran away. And Best Boy also points out being cornered in the cave is bad. And Best Boy would state that the dragon killed Comrade. And Finesse would look to Best Boy and say, even if they will not help, I will help you kill the dragon. Finesse's argument for Winter is that anything Finesse doesn't use for his armor can be sold by Winter. Winter is sort of agitated by still how dangerous this is, and says that if he dies by this, he's going to come back and drag Finesse through life. And Finesse states that he would expect nothing less of Winter. So before Winter goes to help with the dragon, he does make sure that Aeryn is all set and healthy before he goes. Aeryn lifts up her empty flask and says, I'm good. She's got a super nice buzz going. Really awesome. Winter uses another prayer bead to use Greater Restoration on himself to take care of that second level of exhaustion. And with that, Winter breathes in and says, okay, let's go do this fool's errand, because he is just tired man, cat. Aeryn decides she may as well come along for the ride. Everyone tries to guilt Kriv into going because Best Boy's going, and so Kriv asks Best Boy, what am I to you? Best Boy's ears perk up and he says, Comrade? So Kriv pouts, climbs up on Best Boy, and doesn't say anything. And as Kriv gets on Best Boy, Winter would comment to Aeryn, so grumpy. Finesse shouts to his mother, we're off to fight the dragon law! And Aeryn is like, okay, have fun! So Kriv, riding Best Boy, does not really get a say in the plan because he doesn't say anything and the dog is just following Finesse through the tunnels. So Kriv is on the ride towards adventure. And Finesse this time is only scouting like 20 feet max in front of the party instead of exploring the whole cave himself. It is quite dark in the cavern, so Kriv, not having dark vision, can't really see that well. Finesse convinces Kriv not to light up the torch for the element of surprise. So Kriv just flips everyone the birds and holds on tight to Best Boy for the ride. So Aeryn and Winter end up riding Best Boy as well. They come to the frozen pants in the hallway, and Best Boy gets distracted. So Best Boy just starts licking the top of the pants. It's just a frozen meat sickle to him. Kriv did snack Best Boy to get his attention, and Best Boy did move on without too much argument. So the party is moderately stealthy. But then you got Best Boy and his gigantic wolf claws clattering on the ice as they're trotting along. The click, clack, click, click, clack of wolf-y claws on the ice. Click, clack, clicky, clack. Finesse has Best Boy stay a distance away as he goes and looks to see where possibly the dragon is. The tension is so tangible. Finesse peers around the corner, seeing this huge ice cavern, and this huge stalagmite pointing to the ceiling, about 45 feet up. Very dark. Kriv shoves Aeryn with his foot and says, what's happening? So just instinctually, he kicks Aeryn in the dark. He's so familiar of the dream they had been in together. Winter climbs off of Best Boy because he has dark vision. Aeryn decides to stay on Best Boy, and if Kriv kicks her again, she's going to kick him off. The cavern opens up, and Finesse sees a white dragon perched upon another huge stalagmite in the cavern. This one, however, is not looking at Finesse. For the moment. The white dragon is 55 feet away from Finesse, and 30 feet up in the air on top of the stalagmite. The dragon is perched upon it. It's a very large stalagmite. Finesse would recognize the white dragon because the white dragon that had chased Finesse got wounded by falling stalactites before he had just made his escape through the choke point in the ice. So he can safely assume this is the same white dragon as before. The stealthiest, trying to see every inch of that cavern as best he can, tiefling, trying to open up as much of that map as possible. So much stealth. Sneaky, sneaky. The white dragon rolls perception, and it's a high number. The white dragon turns, looks down at Finesse, making eye contact, and says, the mouse. And the dragon pounces. Finesse does point out that the white dragon has wounds on the face, so that is a potential weak point. Aeryn dismounts off of Best Boy and stands next to Winter. Best Boy closes the distance between that stalagmite, the dragon, and Kriv is going along for the ride, whether he likes it or not. Kriv wafting in the wind like a cape. Best Boy stops at the bottom of the stalagmite, and he howls up at the white dragon that he can't reach yet. Winter attempts to cast Fairy Fire upon the dragon, but the white dragon moves and is not affected by the magic. The dragon lands from its pounce on the cavern floor, and ice-cold dragon's breath hits Kriv, Best Boy, Winter, and Finesse. First off, Best Boy, immune to cold, so it's just a nice, fresh breeze to him, just like the icy storm was. Finesse, being resistant to cold, not that bad. Kriv gets absolutely blasted, and oh, it's so cold, he feels numb. But Winter. Winter gets frozen in place, and is immediately unconscious with one blast. Frozen in place. The White Dragon is quite perturbed that the Winter Wolf is not very affected by its breath. Kriv is in the dark, and he just got blasted by so much cold. Meta, a reminder to Finesse's player, you want to play a barbarian your next time. This has been your reminder. Kriv says to Best Boy, we are not going to survive if it gets this cold. Best Boy the idea that his new comrades are not as cold-proof as his previous one, and Kriv casts False Life upon himself. Finesse runs over the frozen Winter and pours a health potion into his mouth, reviving Winter from unconscious state to few HP. Winter feels warm lifeblood flow into his mouth in the form of a health potion. Finesse uses Action Surge. Finesse takes his Leviathan axe and he aims for the wounded head of the dragon, and he misses because the dragon just ducks. His Leviathan axe lands about 20 feet away from where he threw it. Finesse then uses his bonus action to cast Healing Word on Kriv, and Kriv regains 6 health points. In the darkness, Kriv hears the axe clattering upon the ice floor. He asks, what happened? And Finesse replies, I threw my axe and I missed! What an idiot! Finesse tells Kriv to shut up. Aeryn moves and hides behind Best Boy. Aeryn casts Magic Missile on the dragon. The magic missiles hit the White Dragon in the face, doing double damage of 18 points. Best Boy lunges to bite the dragon, but he doesn't hit. So Winter uses the prayer beads to heal himself. Also, going back to Best Boy's turn, he would reply to Kriv's words with, I am a cold shield, hide behind me. Winter moves to a safe spot and casts Thunder Wave. He's in a safe spot where it only hits the dragon, and the White Dragon is hit with thunder damage. The White Dragon thunks its head upon the ice from the Thunder Wave, and he pushed back from it, and ouch, it hurt. Didn't like that at all. The White Dragon again uses its Frost Breath because it recharged. And in this direction of Best Boy, Aeryn, Finesse, and Kriv. Aeryn has cover behind Best Boy. Best Boy is immune and makes the best cold shield. It has partial cover behind Best Boy because he's kind of hidden in his fur. Finesse survives with rolling, and he has resistance to cold, which means he only takes a core damage. So this time nobody was flash frozen. Kriv got down to like 6 HP. White Dragon stays where they are at because otherwise they will get an opportunity attack from Best Boy. So Kriv, with his strength and athletics, is able to hold on to the side of Best Boy to get that full cover. Kriv casts Scorching Ray upon the White Dragon, and Kriv hits the White Dragon with 28 fire damage. Kriv, for his bonus action, pulls out a torch. Finesse uses a giant might, so he gets really big and really powerful. So large size Finesse. So Finesse hits the dragon in the face. So the White Dragon takes a heavy hit in the face, which is a sore spot, a weak spot. Aeryn uses Magic Missile and aims for that sore spot. It's a heavy blow. With the heavy hit that the White Dragon just took from the Magic Missile to the face, it slouches against the ice, growling, and still conscious, but it's really bad shape. Best Boy slips on the ice, and he misses, dividing the dragon. Like Bambi, his feet just slip out from under him and he lands on his belly. Best Boy is prone now on his belly. Kriv is hanging on to the side of Best Boy, so he's not crushed. Winter moves behind Best Boy and casts Cure Wounds on Kriv at level 2. It's 17 health points back, which is much needed. And that is how you run healer. There is ice crystals in Winter's fur from when he broke out of being flash frozen. Mrs. Doubtfire moment, help us out of the way, dear! Winter casts a bear totem, give everyone temporary hit points and strength checks and saving throws. Kriv basically makes a persuasion roll, a very good one, knowing that white dragons in the universe often fight giants, and if they come to a point that the giant bests the white dragon in strength, the white dragon will serve the giant, the stronger being. Potentially what Kriv could have said was, we are stronger, and if you don't want to die, back down. And the white dragon responds with, if you do not kill me, I will serve you. Finesse rolls an insight on the dragon. This white dragon is beat to hell, and it's not looking forward to death. It wants to live. The white dragon doesn't want to die, and it's willing to bow its head to the stronger party to keep surviving. Kriv stands on Best Boy and holds out a buddy bun, a symbol of gaining a new ally, I suppose. Pokemon theme song for Kriv, and Winter's player was singing it, Meg. So we have an okay from Kriv and an okay from Winter, and Aeryn also doesn't want to kill it. Finesse has the hardest time of letting it go because the dragon did kill his mom and her search party, and did kill Best Boy's comrade. Kriv asks Best Boy, is beating the dragon enough of revenge? And Best Boy would say, the dragon has bowed. We are stronger. We are victorious. And Kriv would throw Best Boy the bunny bun and pull out another one for the dragon. But the dragon is still up on the stalagmite because not everyone has agreed to not kill the dragon yet, Finesse being the last one. First, Finesse collects his axes and puts them back in his belt loops. He climbs up to the dragon's perch. Finesse goes up to the white dragon, puts out his hand, and says, swear on your life that you will not hurt my friends, or my family, and I won't kill you. The dragon looks perturbed, but it agrees, and it would touch its nose to Finesse's hand. And as this deal is struck, Finesse would cast Healing Word on the dragon at 2nd level. And everyone gets inspiration for this non-violent resolution. Or rather, this resolution where nobody died. Finesse feeds a few bunny buns to the dragon. Winter can do Healing Word at a higher level. Finesse gives the 3 good berries he has left to the dragon. Finesse, being what the white dragon's new master, would hop on the dragon and fly down to the ground. And Finesse asks the dragon its name, which is Ursus Esser, and I was going for Bear Eater. Which is fun because Winter summoned a bear totem earlier. Kriv asks Ursus to lead them further into the cave. Ursus is not happy about it, but does as it is told, because this is humiliating for a proud dragon. But piles of frozen treasure is revealed. Best Boy is able to get up on his paws again after looking a little embarrassed about slipping, Kriv gets Best Boy of a good scratch with animal handling to comfort him from the fight, from falling. Just as her starts to nurse its wounds. Kriv finally lights a torch for himself, because the Dragonborn can't see in the dark. So with the light, it actually lights up and there's sparkles in the ice because in the ice is golden coins that the dragon has placed in there, and then froze them over. And whenever there's light that shines on it, it just glitters so nice and pretty. So you cannot say if this dragon does not have taste. A lot of healing with the dragon just because it was down to like 3 health points. Winter heals the dragon for 15 health points. Finesse starts rubbing Ursus's belly. Non-offensively. And that's a little below the heart on the chest. And then a dragon heart reference was made and there was tears. And he finds out it's a female dragon. Finesse would find one of the frozen piles of treasure, has a really cool looking bag, and a bracer in it. So Finesse turns to Ursus and tells her, I will leave everything but the bag and bracer. She does not respond verbally. She gives no visible readings as to what she's thinking. When Kriv says we're trying to respect your belongings, please heat up the block. Aeryn finally points out that Ursus is an ice dragon. As a fire dragon can heat up the ice. But she's a white dragon. The temperature only goes one way. So Kriv would start using his fire magic and powers to start heating the columns of frozen treasure with a combination of prestidigitation and control flame. And this starts to melt all the ice from the treasure. Finesse gets a bag of kittens and a swan song bracer. Kriv got Cloak of the Bat, Wand of Wonder, and a Wand of Smiles. Winter got a Staff of Healing and a Periapt of Wound Closure. Aeryn got a Ring of Animal Influence and an Amulet of Health. And then there's a bag of shiny goods. And then there's a bag of shiny goods with diamonds and gemstones and coins. See that? Periapt. She wrapped up everything for that session. Everyone got treasure and loot and leveled up. And then there was only one game left. And that was actually streamed yesterday, so I'll just have to make the summary vids. In the next game, there's the conclusion of the party and the Frosty Dungeons.